woke up the other morning and got sitting at the table, got a cup of coffee. I thought, I'm going to read some of the translations. And I started reading through Colossians, and I got about halfway through that chapter. When I got about halfway through, I felt like the Spirit just said, now wait a minute. I kind of just kicked back in the chair. I couldn't go no further, and it was like, he gave me a lesson on patience. And when the Spirit started talking to me, I ain't kidding you, it took me all the way back when I was a little kid. And it showed me that a lot of times I'd sit in school in even the second grade or something, and back then you didn't have air conditioning, they had these great big windows, and they'd open them up, and I'd see people on their way to work, and I thought, I don't want to be here. I want to be out there. I want to be working. And it showed me when my patience and not doing what I was supposed to be doing at that time, all I could think about was getting out and going to work and doing this and that. And then how I wound up missing out on my education. I got to go to work real early. By the time I was 13, 14 years old, I was hod carrying and everything else because I got out of school and everything. And my lack of patience when it was even time to do things like get married. And it took me through every stage of my life, all the way up where my lack of patience, it would get in my heart and I'd jump off too quick instead of doing what I need to be doing. And I thought, God, help me have patience. And what kind of brought it on was, it sounds funny, I couldn't go through the whole thing because you wouldn't understand it, but when we play pickleball sometimes, I get real impatient. And when somebody hits something hard at me, I want to pow, hit it back real hard. Instead of, I could tap it right there and get the point. Or when somebody hits one fast by me in the outlines right there, and I hit it, and people who I'm playing with look at me and think, dang on, man, it was going to be out, you know. But that is what kind of prompted that whole thing for the Spirit of God in me. It's like, be patient. If I have something, that doesn't mean not to seek, but it means if I have something for you, it's going to come to you.
Amen.
I'm going to make sure you get what you're supposed to get. Just be patient and trust me. And man, by the time the Spirit let it soaking down in my heart, I said, God, give me patience.
Amen.
Let me die to myself where I can be. If I thought about that, I thought, I want to be like you was. He waited. The message you've been giving us lately is Jesus waited for his Father to speak. And it isn't just what to speak to somebody out here who don't know about God. It's in everything. If we could just let the Spirit. I read that tract about completely subdued. If we could just get subdued to the Spirit, we're going to be exactly what you're talking about, Pastor John. Exactly. And, you know, so many times in life, you want this. You think, I want this. If you give your heart to it, you're going to get it.
Yes.
But it's not going to be that enjoyable if it isn't the right time. It's going to be all twisted up and everything. But when I got through there at that table, I thought, God, I don't want to be twisted up because I'm impatient about anything. No matter how simple it is or how big it is, just let me be patient, God, and wait on you. And your time, it's going to be so sweet. It's going to be like a word of gold or apple of gold or however that is Solomon said it. And it's going to be right when it comes to me like that. We've got it. We've got it all. We've got his life inside of us. If we can just really grab a hold of what you're saying here this morning and what the Spirit's trying to teach us, even about the Scriptures, all that's trying to teach us, I'm here. Amen. I'm waiting. I'm waiting to hear from you. Amen. Are you there waiting to hear from me? Yeah. You know, it's just being patient, and he's there. What we're reading about and learning about all the way through there is people that heard the voice of God and then waited on it. And we see in their lives where when they didn't wait on it, then it always wound up in some kind of a mess. What really got me thinking about this too was Amy's question to you about Genesis, about how was it you give her the explanation? She wanted to know about Cain and Abel, what it meant in there about Cain and Abel, and you said his desire was toward Cain,
It would have been,
which meant he was under him,
Yeah.
but he got impatient.
Yes.
All that come back to me there about the Spirit. You'd be surprised when you hear somebody else's testimony of their answer, how whenever you get to the right place, God will bring it all back. And I thought, God, my heart's been toward wanting to go to work, wanting to do this, wanting to do that, instead of what you wanted me to have at that time. I thought, God, take me from my miserable way and let me listen to your Spirit and just be patient to wait on you.
Amen.
Nothing's going to escape us, God. I felt something lift. Now I tell you, I've learned this through my life too. Hearing from God's one thing. Bringing yourself in subject to that is a whole different thing.
Yes.
Just
Yes.
hearing from God's not the answer. That's
Right.
the answer.
Right.
But we got to follow up and make sure we bring ourselves in control. And that's one of the things, even playing, like Rob said, pickleball is not just about pickleball. It shows you what kind of person you really are and how strong-willed you are and what you want
Yep.
more than looking after somebody that's just getting started. Take
Yeah.
it a little bit easy on them. You know you can beat them. I mean,
Yeah.
I know I could beat some of you little
Me?
children up if I wanted to. I can smack them around and I can be like, yeah, but
Yeah.
what about when you come on to the real thing? What kind
Amen.
of person are you? And it just taught me so much about myself. And Jesus had all that. I just want to wait on God and be the kind of person He wants me to be.
Amen.
So
Amen.